So when it
Yeah.
comes to a young athlete just getting serious about their game, what
Mhm.
would be in your starter pack for nutrition?
Number one, have a fuel schedule. Just like you have a
Okay,
training
fuel
schedule, a
schedule.
rest schedule, whatever, a fuel schedule. Like looking at your day, your week, whatever that is, and being like, okay, when can I eat? If you're in school, when are you eating around school? When are your practices? Do you train in the morning? Do you train in the afternoon? Do you have school workouts and then you have, like club workouts or whatever that is? So
Mm,
depending on what level of athlete you are, but young kids, a lot of times they might be training at school and then they're going to additional trainings. So
right,
having a fuel schedule so that you're planning in advance where you're going to be able to eat and hydrate. And that might look different on different days based on what your schedule is. So number one, having a fuel schedule, I think is one of the most important things and one of the most overlooked things for young athletes. And number two, fueling the in between. Lots of athletes like they'll eat
mm,
lunch and dinner, breakfast, hit or miss. But for athletes, it's all the little in between snacks that like keep energy up, help you get your protein and your carbs in, help you stay hydrated. And they overlook those. And the reason often is because it takes a little bit of preparation. You got to plan
right,
it out with a schedule, you got to
right.
have the food available. But fueling the in between is where athletes can really maximize energy, nutrient intake, getting what they need. Like lots of athletes walk around feeling very tired and they don't
Yeah,
know why. And a lot of times it's because they're under fueled. They're just not taking in enough nutrition to match the amount of training that they're doing. And so I would
right.
say having a fuel schedule and then fueling the in between and being very intentional about making sure you're getting those nutrient rich performance snacks in between the meals. 3 meals a day is not enough for an athlete. And 2 meals for sure is not. Like a lot of them just skip
Right.
breakfast. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what? Why? And I'm like, you haven't eaten all night. It's like totally counterproductive to
Yeah.
maintaining muscle mass, having energy, like all the different things. So those would be my
Mm.
two top things for young athletes. Have a fuel schedule and fuel the in between by being intentional about having snacks and all those in between meals.
Fueling the in between. I like that, man. I'm
Mhm.
just learning so much because it's obviously I love the fact that we're in a day and age where information is
Mhm.
so accessible, but
Yeah.
it 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 can if you don't have a background in it or if you're kind of just like a
Mhm.
novice, you can I guess sometimes go down the wrong path, or you might hear
Yeah.
one athlete or one influencer say, "I only eat 1 meal a day and I feel great." So the
Yeah.
athlete will be like, okay, let me try. But like you said,
Yes.
they're tired, they're aching and things of that nature.
Mhm.
So when it comes to, I guess, because you said something that was really key, like just being intentful with the timing of when
Mhm.
you eat. Like, how
Mhm.
important is meal timing when it comes to energy, recovery, and overall performance?
Very, very, very important. So we
Yeah,
want
yeah,
athletes fueling often. And this is the way I think it's a good way for athletes to think about it. Like if you have a car, obviously a car requires gas to like drive it around. And if you are driving your car around a lot, you have to put gas in it more often because you're using it more. If you don't, it'll drive, but what's happening to your gas tank? It's getting lower and lower and lower and lower, and you're setting itself up to be underfueled real fast. And so with an athlete, we're wanting them to fuel their body consistently over the course of the day, probably every 3 or 4 hours, depending on the athlete. It can be very individualized, but it's like a little fuel stop, like eat breakfast, have a snack, have lunch, have a pre workout snack, have a
right.
post workout snack, have a dinner, because ultimately your energy levels follow your blood sugar levels, and your blood sugar is directly affected by what you just ate or did not eat.
Right.
So if you haven't eaten in a while, your blood sugar is low, your energy is going to be low. Let's say you just eat a bunch of like sugar snacks, you get a real high spike, then often you get a drop. Well, that's what your energy
Mm,
does. And so when you can really focus on eating carb and protein, because that's really what balances blood sugar. So it balances energy levels consistently over the course of the day. You set yourself up to be more balanced, right? Instead of hitting these highs and lows. And that's
Mm,
ultimately going to be what helps fuel performance and training, and then helps with recovery. I laugh at what the emphasis that athletes put on like a pre-game meal. And I'm like, what
mm.
about the other 6 days? Like,
That part.
what about,
Yeah, that
you don't
part.
get
Yeah.
better in games. We all know you do not get better in games. You get better at practice. And
Yes.
they are so focused on fueling that one game. And I'm like, well, what about all the practices and the
Right.
weightlifting sessions? And so that is where the timing does become important, because you're setting yourself and your body up to, to have the proper amount of energy that it needs to perform and then to recover.